One of the most common questions we get as property managers is how often do you inspect my property? That's a good question. A common misconception is to favor the property manager who offers the most inspections for the cheapest price. Sounds good, right? First, let's consider why a property manager goes out to the property in the first place. The primary purpose is lease compliance. We want to make sure the tenants are following the lease. What that means is we're checking the property to make sure there are no adults living in the property that didn't apply. Some of the reasons they may have not applied would either be to avoid the credit check, the criminal background check, or maybe they just didn't want to pay the application fee. Lease compliance also means pets, whether that be a no pet property to make sure there are no pets in the property, including fish or birds, and the other being to make sure if it's a one pet that there aren't extras. On a side note, it's important to understand that service animals cannot be considered pets. In short, the property manager goes to the property to make sure the lease is being upheld by the tenant and the value of the property is being maintained. Besides good lease compliance, it's important for your property manager to have language in their agreement that gives them a small amount of spending authority to preserve, protect, and maintain the property. While a manager inspection is not the same thing as a licensed home inspector, it's important that they go to check on it because tenants may not report some issues that could cause harm to your property. Verify with your property manager that the inspection takes place in the interior and not just an exterior drive-by. Collect extra business cards from the property manager to share with your neighbors so they can report any suspicious behavior. Back to your question about how many times should we inspect your property? Well, after inspecting properties over 600 times, this is what we found. Wait 60 to 90 days before inspecting the property. This gives the resident a chance to settle into their new home. Consider the tenant turnover cost when an inspection is done every 90 days. The tenant feels like they lose their quiet enjoyment of the property and they will not renew the lease. High application fees are a tenant disincentive to act honestly during the application process. Look for a manager who charges reasonable application fees. Consider opting for the lease renewal survey. This is a survey that takes place 90 days before the lease ends. This gives us a chance to check to make sure the property is still being maintained before offering that new lease. I invite you to contact Paramount Realty Solutions to ask us about rental inspection tips.